So let's pull up the first deal.
Oh, I like that one before.
So welcome to today's guinea pigs. I have Elizabeth or Lucy Jones, North, Yvonne, who I introduced as being new to all of this, sitting east, Tom sitting south, and Marissa sitting west. Marissa had a hard day yesterday, so she's got like easy work today. Probably passed most of the time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Elizabeth, you're up. Perfect. Perfect. So we'll just stop right there. This is an absolutely perfect limit raise. The jump from one heart to three hearts, one of a major to three of the same major, always guarantees 4 trumps and exactly 10 to 12 points. Too good to bid 2 hearts, not good enough to make a game force. So 10 to 12 points altogether. I don't think anybody is in any doubt of that. We teach this in our very first bridge lesson to absolute beginners, some of whom have never held a playing card in their hands when they come to us. So 1 heart, 3 hearts, very standard. Any questions from anyone about that? Okay, that's good news, no questions. So the problem always is, what happened? Well, let's have a look at this hand. Same thing, doesn't matter whether it's hearts or spades, we promise a 4-card limit raise. 4 trumps, 10 to 12 points.
Rosemary, will you please show all the hands?
Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Rosemary, would you?
Good to have experienced guinea pigs at the table. They
Okay,
know what I should be doing.
Yes, we have a complaint about background noise. You want to mute?
I think everybody should be muted except for me. So I'm going to mute everybody. Oh, it seems to be silent now. Okay. Let me go into account and I will turn off my sound effects in case that's causing problems. Okay. So 1 spade, 3 spades, 4 spades, 10 to 12 points. So the problem occurs when we've got a nice hand, but we don't have 4 trumps. So let's look at Tom's hand. Yvonne is going to pass. And Tom's got 4, 6, 7, 10 points, but he's only got 3 spades. So he is forbidden in our system. He is forbidden to jump to 3 spades. He doesn't have enough points to bid a new suit at the 2 level. So what's the only thing he can do? He can bid 1 no trump, which is in our system as a 100% forcing by an unpassed hand. So North must take another bid. So what is North going to bid? Well, here's some questions. Does she have 6 of her suit? No. Does she have a natural second suit with at least 4 cards in it? No. So fall back on the minors. Some of us play that we will always bid clubs. That if we bid a suit, it shows at least 4. But most of us play, especially when we get started, that we look at the minors and we bid the longer one. If we were 3-3, we would bid clubs, just the same as we often open a 3-card club suit. But here we have 3 diamonds and only 2 clubs, so we're going to bid 2 diamonds. And now the responsibility is on Tom to describe his hand. So Tom, what's your best bid here? Nope. 2 spades would say, I've got 7 to 9 points. and I like spades better than diamonds. I probably have only 2. So we're going to undo that. And we're going to try again. Poor Tom, you didn't sign up for this, did you?
Oh my.
So the
So-
question is, do you have a fit with your partner's spades?
I do, and should I go that way?
This is the bid. Now, jumping to 3 spades, North is going to say, well, why didn't he just bid 3 spades in the first place? Ah, I remember. This is a 3-card limit raise. So this is a very subtle nuance. Once we play the 1 no trump forcing bid, we have the tool to show partner whether we have 4 trumps or only 3 trumps. And that can be, very important when the opener evaluates if they want to go to game or not. So let's say that, she's only got 2 clubs here. If they lead the queen of clubs and it goes queen, king, ace, and back comes the club and then another club, and she has to trump in her hand, she will be cutting down the trump in the long hand and only 3 opposite. And that's like a danger signal. But here she's going to count her points, 4, 7, 10, 14. And on blind faith, we just assume that we're going to go to game and make it, because if partner has 10 to 12, that is in an average of 11 points. So you'll be right 2 out of 3 times. 1 time 10, 1 time 11, 1 time 12. 11 or 12, enough to go to game opposite 14. So we're going to bid 4 spades. Undo, please, Elizabeth. Elizabeth's not worried about her doubleton club. If they lead a club, it's going to come towards her hand. She hopes they lead a club or a heart. That's very beneficial for her. Okay. So she's going to bid 4 spades, and we'll have a quick look to see if we're going to get it. Well, we're missing the queen of spades. That's 1. The ace of hearts. We're missing a diamond, and we're vulnerable in clubs. But we're going to get a pitch on the hearts for sure. And we might be able to pick up the queen of spades. So I'm going to tell you the happy news. This hand, this deal makes 4 spades. Any questions on this? This is a very simplified way in which we do this every day. It comes up every single session that you play 2 or 3 times at the table. Between the 4 people playing, it comes up all the time, a 3-card limit raise. So 1 spade, I have an opening hand with at least 5 spades. 1 no trump, tell me more, you're not allowed to pass. And now Elizabeth's going to think about what her continuation is. 2 spades, partner, I have 6 of them. And now what's Tom going to do this time?
Okay.
Very good. So here's the rule. If you were planning to jump, then if your partner bids 2 spades to show 6, you must still jump. So you are planning to jump to show a 3-card limit raise. When partner rebids his suit, you must still jump a level. If you only bid 3 hearts, he'll think you've got 10 points and only 2 spades. So we must jump. This is something that many of you may not be aware of, but this is a vital part of this whole approach. Everybody good?
Yes, 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 yes.
So we've learned 3 things so far. 1 of a major, 3 of the same major, 4 trumps, 10 to 12. 1 of a major, 1 no trump, 2 bananas, 3 of the major is a 3-card limit raise. 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 spades, 4 spades is the same 3-card limit raise. And that's all the things you need to know about this. Perfect. I'm going to just stop everybody right there. So Elizabeth has 4 spades in addition to her 5 hearts. But Tom already denied holding 4 spades when he bid 1 no trump. So in order for Elizabeth to bid 2 spades now, she needs to have 17 points at least. And she doesn't have it. She's got 4, 7, 10, 11, 15, close but not close enough. So she's going to have to fall back on the minors. With 3-1, it's an easy choice, 2 diamonds.
Hmm.
3 hearts by Tom. Partner, I have a 3-card limit raise. I have 3 of your hearts and 10 to 12 points. What do you think?
Hmm.
4 hearts. She's got 15 points and a singleton club. Here's another little tip. When your partner invites you to game and you have a singleton, you should accept. So you got that not just from me, but from my mega guru. I use that little guideline every day of the week. Okay, so we got to 4 hearts. Are we going to make it? 1 spade loser, probably no heart losers, no club losers. A diamond will go on the king of clubs. You have to lose a diamond. Oh, you have to lose a spade. So you can make game, but no slam. So nice hand, nice bidding. Any questions so far?
Yes, we have some questions. Sorry to everyone. I had to stop and help somebody get in. Some problems. Anyhow, first question from Gail. What about the partner who doesn't play 1 no trump forcing? I have a partner who doesn't play 1 no trump forcing.
Well, I feel sorry for you, Gail, because these days everybody needs to get on board with 2 over 1 and 1 no trump forcing. So you have to have a different agreement. Now, those people who don't play it, they'll probably jump to 3 of your suit, even though they only have 3 trumps. And that's what I did when I first started to play bridge, because I didn't know 1 no trump forcing. But once I learned 1 no trump forcing, it was like everything opened up to me. It was like a million light bulbs went off, and bridge was so much simpler and clearer, because we always knew if we were going to game or if we had an invitational hand at best. So you look, all of us play with people that are friends of ours, but they're not the competitive bridge players that we're striving to be. And if we love those friends, we'll play their system. Remember that the person who knows more always plays down to the other person. So if your partner just doesn't play 2 over 1 and 1 no trump forcing and has no interest, then you're stuck with their system or finding other partners. But trust me, I've said before, I've been teaching 2 over 1 since 2008, even to absolute beginners. And Larry Cohen personally gave me a big pat on the back for doing so.
Some more questions.
Yes.
Lily asks, would you always want to be in game with a limit raise over an opening bid?
No. But if the opener has 14, then yes. But if partner opened a 12 count and I show a limit raise, we probably shouldn't be in game. 12 plus 11 is 23. Sounds pretty dodgy to me. Even a 13 count, it's a little bit risky. You might make it if you have good shape, but it sounds a bit risky.
More questions? You have two that you can see, I believe.
So I'm not quite certain in what context can you bid 2 clubs or do you need more? So we may have another deal coming up, I think, where I'll address that. But somebody said, what happens if there's interference? In the cheat sheet that I prepared for today, I show you that. Let's just imagine that it goes 1 heart in the north, 1 spade in the east, not with Yvonne's ugly hand, but 1 heart, 1 spade. Now South can bid 2 spades. A Q bid is a limit raise or better. Now we don't know if it's a 3-card limit raise or a 4-card limit raise, but we know there's a fit and we know how many points. So the Q bid should always be your guide. Failure to Q bid the enemy suit denies holding 10 points and a fit. So if you have the fit and 10 points, you should always Q bid. So I guess we need Q bid as a limit raise or better as a cheat sheet, right? Let me just make a note of that.
Okay, additional questions.
Yes.
Tom, what happens if you are past hand with 10 points and 3 of trump?
Right. So let's imagine that it goes just north and south, passed by Tom, and Elizabeth opens 1 heart. And now Tom looks at his hand and he says, well, I don't want to punish my partner by, you know, getting excited and getting too high here. But I want to tell her that I've got a limit raise. Haha, I can use Drury. So I think I've talked about Drury in the past. So it might go like this. Passed by Tom, 1 heart in the north, 2 clubs, Drury. Do you want to go to game opposite my limit raise? And Elizabeth is thinking, well, does he have 3 or does he have 4? She doesn't care. When she's got 5, she doesn't care. Have you ever played in an 8-card fit? Every day of the week. So she would just go with that hand. So if you're a passed hand, we would use Drury. And it shows either 3 or 4. Now, some advanced players play what's called 2-way Drury. And they can show the difference between 3 cards or 4 cards. And in fact, I play 3-way Drury. So I can show the difference between 3 and 4 and the difference between 8 and 9 or 10 to 12. So very comprehensive and a little test of one's memory, but well worth the effort.
An additional question.
Yes.
Can South bid 2 clubs? Judy wants to know in this hand.
Well, that would be Drury.
Okay.
So if you play Drury, you can't bid 2 clubs. If you have a fit with your partner, you're forbidden to bid 1 no trump if you're a passed hand, because partner might pass. So you have to make a choice between 2 hearts or bidding Drury. If you don't play Drury, you can jump to 3 hearts, but you might be dangerously high if partner opened light. So that's why Drury is on my must-learn list. Not day 1 of your bridge career, but by the time you've mastered all the very basic tools, you really need to learn Drury. Okay.
Question about convention card. How do we mark the convention card? Playing 2/1 for double raise of major.
So a double raise under major openings, where it says expected minimum length. At this stage, we should always have 5. And then a double raise is invitational. That's how we show the limit raise. Invitational always starts at 10 points. So I hope that answers the question.
Yes. Next question.
Yep.
How many points would you need to do a reverse and bid spades?
A minimum of 17. And reverse will be coming up soon for a full lesson on the treatment. But I'm going to tell you right now that one heart, one no trump forcing, two spades. Number one, it guarantees 17 points. And if partner bids anything other than two no trump now, we are in a game force. There has to be a weakness sign off by responder to say, I have no interest in going to game, even if you've got 17. So two no trump would be the sign off. Anything else that he bids, if he now bids three hearts or three spades, or even a new suit, three clubs, that would be forcing.
Okay,
And
next.
treatment over a reverse.
Okay, I'll read this, see if we understand it. In 2/1, if you have an opening count opposite your opponent's open, don't you bid two clubs with three of the partner's suit? That would show an opening hand.
Well, what would two clubs mean? Is it natural? Do you really have clubs, or do you only have three clubs? If you've got less than four clubs, that would be a special agreement that says we're in a game force. There's a game here somewhere. It says nothing about hearts. Some people do play that they could bid even a two-card club suit because they didn't have a natural four-card suit to bid, but they wanted to put the game force on. But so far, Tom has not had any game forcing hand because this lesson has been on showing a limit raise. So I hope that answers the question.
Okay, this is going back to a previous question. I think the one about marking the convention card to show the major 3 or 4 pieces, I think. It just says, what is it, 3 or 4 pieces?
Well, that's up to you. You can write down what it is on your card to remind you what you agreed. But I'm telling you that standard bridge, 1 spade, 3 spades, standard bridge promises 4.
Okay, and I think this is the last one. Even with interference, is the reverse on?
No, a reverse is usually not on if there's interference, but it certainly would suggest a good hand. And a reverse is never on if you make a 2/1 bid. You don't need to. When I say a reverse is not forcing, it depends on the auction. Yes, it should be on. I'm just thinking if it goes 1 heart, pass by you, and now let's say you start with a diamond pass, and they bid a spade. Now you can bid 2 hearts. And that's going to be a very strong hand with at least 4 hearts and therefore at least 5 diamonds.
Okay, another question from Patricia. In this hand, number 4, South has 12 points. Why say no trump and not show opening count?
Well, this is a really bad 12. Why do I say that? Let's count the losers. 2 spades and 2 hearts is 4, and a club is 5, and 3 diamonds is 8. So a game forcing hand typically has no more than 7 losers. So I would never make a game force with a bad 12 count like this, because partner might have opened a 12 count and we're going to get into trouble. And I've got a perfect way to show my hand by jumping to 3 hearts. Now, if I had shortness somewhere, if I had like a singleton diamond, then I would be much happier to consider 12 points a game force, because I know that I can rough diamonds in this hand. But right now I've only got 12 dummy points. No extra points for shortness anywhere to take it up to the magic 13. The 1 no trump forcing bid goes all the way from as low as 5 all the way up to 12 points. Okay, I think I've got another hand in this set. And there it is. Perfect. I just have to tell you a little story. Many years ago, when I was a very new player, I decided to take some playing lessons with a woman named Barbara at a different club from the one I played at. And she had a reputation for making all of her students cry. And I was very nervous about crying. So I called her up and asked if she would give me a lesson online in OK Bridge, which was the forerunner of BBO. And she said yes, that would be okay, but she wanted me an in-person meeting first. So I agreed. She was in the driving seat. So I went up, and the bottom line was I liked her. She did not make me cry. And I think I had 6 lessons with her. I learned a lot. But one of the things she said was, when you have this hand, before you open one heart, when you've got Elizabeth's hand, before you even open one heart, you have to psych yourself up that if the auction goes 1 heart, 1 spade, you will bid 2 clubs in tempo without agonizing. You're not strong enough to reverse. So you just have to be prepared to bid 2 clubs, knowing that any competent partner will always take you back to hearts if he has at least 2. So Elizabeth didn't hesitate. She just bid that 2 clubs like a very experienced bridge expert. Well done, Elizabeth. So there's nothing to think about as long as you think about it before you bid 1 heart. So I hope that's very clear to everybody. This is such an ugly hand when you think about it. It looks lovely, but it's an ugly hand to bid unless partner has 4 spades. Okay. So of course she's going to go to game on this hand. We're going to make it 1 spade loser, no heart losers, no club losers, a diamond loser. So it'll make 5. Game with an over trick, but no slam. You'd have to get very lucky to make 12 tricks. So any more questions, Paul?
Yes, I have a question from Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I think, let's see if I can understand this. Opener has 1 major, partner 2 of that major, 4 of a minor. I guess she's asking, what do you do?
You mean 2 cards in the major and 4 in the minor?
Yes.
So if it goes 1 heart, well, this is difficult, but if you think back to what I said a moment ago, that any good player, any good partner will always go back to the major with 2, because that's a guaranteed 7-card fit. Now, when partner bids a minor, when the opener bids a minor, a heart, or no trump, 2 clubs, they typically promise 3. So if you had 4, 4 and 3 would be 7. But you have 7 hearts because you said you've got 2 hearts in the hand. So we always go back to the major. What if you've got 2 hearts and 5 of the minor? I'm going to tell you a secret. Probably best still to go back to the major. And hopefully you can set up the minor as a place to throw away any losers. Nobody wants to be in a minor. Remember the old saying, diamonds are for your finger and clubs are for the golf course. We should play in a major or strive to get to 3 no trump.
Another general question.
Yes.
John wants to know, do you prefer drury or reverse drury?
These days, almost everybody plays reverse drury. So let me tell you the difference. it starts with pass. Pass, 1 heart. 2 clubs says, I've got a limit raised. Do you want to go to game? In old-fashioned Drury, 2 hearts would say, or 2 hearts said, yes, I've got a good hand. And 2 diamonds says, I've got a light hand. Reverse Drury is the opposite way round. So pass, 1 heart, 2 clubs Drury. 2 hearts says, not interested. 4 hearts says, happy to be here. Any other suit says, well, I don't know. What do you think? So that's reverse Drury, the opposite of what the original was. So that everybody just calls it Drury, not reverse Drury, and we all play it. If you sat down to play with a new partner, you would say, are we playing Drury? And they say yes. And then you say reverse Drury or old-fashioned Drury, and clear that up and make a note on your card which way you're playing it. So there's no confusion.
There's a question left from the last hand on BBO. Do you see it?
So one heart, 1 no trump, 2 clubs. If you always bid 2 clubs, even if you might have only 2, you have to announce that it could be 2. I believe it's just the same as opening 1 club when it could be short, because that's a private agreement. Most people would typically have at least 3 of whatever minor they choose. Now, bidding clubs with only 2 because you don't hold a 4-card side suit in addition to your major, there may be a name for it, but if whatever that name might be, I don't know. I think it's actually called Lisa, after Lisa Berkowitz. And it goes hand in hand with another convention called Bart. So that's usually more over one's fate, but it's a similar principle. So you could play Lisa. She's a lovely lady. I'm sure she'd be happy to know that you were playing her convention.
Okay, so you've given me a dilemma here.
Okay.
All right. So I look at this hand and I like my clubs a lot better than my diamonds, but I'm 4-4. I want to show that we're a game force because I've got 12.
But what makes you think 12 is a game force?
I normally play it that way. It's not.
1 no trump goes up to 12.
Okay. We'll go back to 1 no trump.
Always remember that bridge is a partnership game.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm a good enough player to force my 12-point partner to make 10 tricks when I've only got 12 to bring to the table, especially when it's an 8-loser hand and we don't have a fit.
Okay.
So, okay, so 2 clubs, could be 2, she said. Very nice. Well, I said that any good partner would always go back to hearts with 2, but the implication there was that we had less points than you have. So now you're going to reveal your point count.
Okay.
And how do you do that?
Well, first I've got to undo.
Right.
2 no trump.
2 no trump. And this is going to be exactly the same value as if partner had opened a minor and you jumped to 2 no trump. So you're saying, partner, I've got exactly 11 or 12. When I bid 1 no trump, I had a much broader range. I had 5 all the way up to 12. But now I'm happy to tell you that I've got exactly 11 or 12. So you decide. I don't have a fit with your hearts. So how much has Elizabeth got? She's got 15, I think. So 15 opposite 11 is 26. And she doesn't have any clubs, but nobody doubled. And in any case, God will provide. So the rule we have to remember is that when we have enough points to be in 3-no trump, God will provide. Now that doesn't always happen. In the hand that we looked at before the start of this conversation, they were in 3-no trump, and the opponents had 10 hearts between them, and plus the ace of our suit. So it was not a happy result. So, but here we just have to assume that God will provide, and she usually does. I love that line.
Yes.
So this will be quite straightforward. Tom bid no trump, so Marissa is on lead. So what would you lead, Marissa? Marissa?
Yes, yes, I'm thinking. Yeah,
Think
I
about-
guess.
There's nothing to think about.
No?
There's
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, so sorry. Wait, I'm on the other, wait, I have to go back to the other. Okay. So there's nothing to think about? Well, I don't know, honestly.
Well, Marissa has what I call an almost sequence. She's got the
Okay.
queen, jack, and then
Okay.
she's missing the 10, but she's got the 9 of clubs. This is a good lead, because even if if it's going to force out the ace or king somewhere, unless her partner has that card. So, but then she'll be able to see the dummy and get a little help. So let's play the queen of clubs on the opening lead. Okay, so now let's look, and Tom's going to count his winners. So he's got 2 clubs, and the ace of diamonds is 3, and 5 hearts, most probably. That's 8, and he's got to come to a spade. So how's he going to play this hand? Well, the bottom line is that he can't duck this trick, because if he ducks and they lead a diamond, then he's going to be in trouble. So he must lose the trick he has to lose while he still has control of all the other suits. So he's going to win the king in his hand and make it look like he was forced to win it. And then he's going to play the queen of spades. He'll play the queen of spades. If the queen of spades holds the trick, he'll play the queen of hearts and the jack of hearts, and then he'll play a spade towards the dummy. Now they can't hurt him. If they grab the ace and play another club, he can get over to the spades with the jack or the ace of diamonds. So he's home and hosed. No problem. Okay. So losing your tricks, if you have to lose a trick in no trump, you typically want to lose it when it suits you, which is usually early while you still have control of everything. And if you didn't take this first trick, often we would duck with this holding, but if you didn't take it, she may very well, her partner's going to play the 2 that says, I hate it, switch, and she's going to look at the dummy and switch to a diamond. She'll switch to the jack of diamonds. And then you can't make the hand. Okay.
We still have a question from before.
Yes.
This is going back to the question about, I'll see if we can pick this up, the Ada question. She's saying, so it's okay to suppress the other major.
It's not a question of suppressing it. It's that you weren't able to bid it. So Lucy's got the same hand. Elizabeth has the same hand. So 1 heart. If her partner had bid 1 spade, she would raise spades. But he said he didn't have spades. When he bid 1 no trump, he didn't have spades. So what would you like her to do? Bid a suit that she knows her partner doesn't have? You need 17 points to do that, and she doesn't have it. So she has to do the best she can, and she's just going to bid 2 clubs. It's not a question of suppressing it. It's bidding it would be futile, pointless if you wish, because there's no fit. Guaranteed there's no spade fit. And she doesn't have enough points. So she would be making a futile action and lying to her partner at the same time. So that's not good bridge. So in bridge, we get bad results when we make unavoidable errors, or when we make errors. Telling lies about our hand or making egregious errors is never going to get us tops. It's always going to get us bottoms. So those we have to eliminate from our repertoire. Perfect. So this time, Tom didn't have 4 spades to bid, and he does have 2 hearts. So he's going to take a preference back to his partner's first bid suit, even though he has 4 clubs. He's smart and he went back to hearts, which pays better. He'd rather be in the 7-card heart fit than a 7-card club fit, except that here it was actually only 6 clubs. So kudos to Tom for going back to hearts. Is she going to make 2 hearts? Well, no heart losers, 1 spade loser, diamond loser, 2 club losers. Of course, the ace is on side, so 1 club loser, 1 diamond loser, 1 spade loser. It's going to make 3 or maybe 4, all being well. Nice bidding, guys.
Before we go, question.
Yes.
If South had had 4 spades, would South have bid the 4 spades?
Yes. South would not suppress a 4-card spade suit. And here's the perfect hand to demonstrate that. Perfect. So this sounds like he does not have a heart fit, but he does have 4 spades.
Mm.
Now, Tom has very wisely passed because Elizabeth shows 15 points at most. If she had 16, she would jump to 3 spades. So 15 and he's got 8 comes to 23, not enough for game. So 2 spades is all she wrote. They'll lose 1 spade, no hearts, 2 clubs, that's 3, and a diamond, 4. Looks like they can't make 4 spades. So this was a very good place to be. They might make 4 because depending on the timing, you'll be able to get some pitches on the hearts and throw away a couple of diamonds and rough a diamond in the die.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, here's the thing. See, I always know the players that took beginner classes at our club and who went somewhere else. Because Tom has said that he has got a game-forcing hand, but he has failed to tell his partner that he has 4 spades. So this is a very bad use of our bidding tools. Do you want to be in clubs or no trump, or do you want to try to find a spade fit? You certainly don't have a heart fit. So I'm going to say this now, and I hope you engrave this on your hearts. The object of bidding in bridge is to find an 8-card fit in a major. If we do not have an 8-card fit in a major, then we strive to get to 3-no trump. If we can't make 3-no trump, we have to play in those minors, and it requires a hell of a lot of points to bid game in a minor. So I hope this is very clear. So Tom is going to bid 1 spade this time. But before I let anybody move on, is his partner allowed to pass?
Yes.
No. I don't know
Oh,
who said yes, but 1 spade by respondent is 100% forcing for 1 round. It's not forcing to game. Now, Tom knows that there's a game here somewhere. He doesn't know where. Well, now he does, because his partner has raised his spades. Partner raised spades. So perfect. He knows what to do. But even if she had bid 1-no trump, Tom would bid 3-no trump. If she bid 2 clubs, Tom would bid 3-no trump. If it went a heart, a spade, 2 diamonds, Tom would bid 3-no trump, because she would have denied a spade fit and he doesn't have a heart fit, so they'd end up in 3-no trump. But here we are, we've got to 4 spades. And partner will be very happy to see that he's got the Queen Jack, and he'll be very happy to see that his partner's got the Ace of King. And so they know he's got room to get rid of his losers on the good hearts, as long as he preserves an entry to the dummy, where he can always get there with the King or Jack of spades. So I think he's going to make a lot of tricks. Yes.
On BBO, 2-no trump shows opening.
Where's 2-no trump?
Somebody's asking, and I didn't quite understand. On BBO, it says 2-no trump shows opening question.
Kathy must be referring to a hand a few moments ago, where
Must,
the auction went like this: 1 heart, 1-no trump forcing, 2 of a minor, 2-no trump. No, this shows exactly 11 or 12. Exactly 11 or 12. Okay. So here,
another question, excuse
yes.
me, on this hand, Susan wants to know, should they explore slam in this hand?
Well, I'm just going to look at it and see. So first of all, 4, 8, 11, 15. As I said before, not quite good enough. Although in terms of dummy points, North might want to add a point or even 2 for the 2 doubletons. So I think maybe North could jump to 3 spades. So how about we take an undo? North, can you ask for an undo and then another undo, please? And probably another undo. Okay. So what if Elizabeth jumps to 3 spades? Okay, I've got a 4-card fit with you and 16 points.
Okay, so I don't have any features. If she's interested in slam and I've got 15 points, I'll go to 4-no trump.
Well, I don't think you should. You don't have anything to cube it.
That's true. That's what I was saying.
So I think you just have to bid 4 spades.
Okay.
And that's going to shut her up. So now, see, the beauty of Q bids is that Elizabeth will not even think about slam now, because she has 2 losing clubs. And Tom could not bid 4 clubs to show the ace of clubs. So no slam. No slam. Now it might make 6, but it probably shouldn't be bid.
Referring to the previous question, the person now says, in this hand, apparently, a response to the 1 heart opening bid.
Yes, one heart, most of us play that one heart, two no trump by a partner shows a game forcing 4-card heart raise. And that would be Jacoby two no trump. But Tom has not had that kind of fit on any single deal that we've done this morning. He had 4 hearts but a limit raise. Then here he's got a nice hand, but he doesn't have 4 hearts. By the way, for those who like losing trick count, Elizabeth's hand is a 6 loser hand. So usually when we jump from 1 to the 3 level, it promises 6 losers by the opener. A heart, a spade, 3 spades, 6 losers. I didn't look at that last time. Now, when we look at these cards, it really looks like 6 clubs might be making. I mean, six spades might be making. So a lot of people play first or second round control. So imagine that if instead of 4 spades over 3 spades, Tom showed his king of clubs by bidding 4 clubs. And now Elizabeth bid 4 hearts to show 4 diamonds to show the ace of diamonds. Now Tom's getting kind of excited. So now he might ask, how many key cards do you have altogether? And she will show 3. The ace of diamonds, the ace of hearts, and the king of spades. So now he knows that they've got 4 out of 5. And he's got the queen jack of hearts to go with those lovely hearts over there, the king of diamonds. He's just very worried about the club control. So now he might bid 6 no trump. 6 no trump here. How would that work? Would that work? Well, we get 3 diamonds and a club is 4 and 4 spades is 8 and all of these hearts. So if they lead, I mean, she might lead the ace of clubs, or she might lead a low club so that her partner will return it and we can go about our business and take 12 tricks. But that's only if you play second round control before you've shown first round control. I resisted that for 15 years, maybe longer. But the last few years, I've been doing that. And so we find slams that other people can't find. Do you remember on the last hand, I said he didn't bid clubs and he didn't show that club. But here where, you know, he took a different position and bid the clubs, but now he has to protect that king of clubs by bidding no trump. He knows it's a 4-4 split. So, and he's hoping that he can set up the hearts to get pitches. So 4 no trump, he'll start with 4 no trump and check. Partner shows 3 key cards over 4 no trump. We're playing 14-30. So 5 diamonds shows 3. Now we know we've got 4. We're missing 1. I bet it's that damn ace of clubs. So, or if she's got the ace of clubs, then she's missing the ace of hearts. Hopefully she's got the king. But I know she's got the ace of diamonds. I'm bidding 6 no trump, right or wrong. And there's nothing they can do about it. Okay. So I see a comment, we don't Q bid our kings. So for those who play that they're showing first or second round control, yes, we can bid a king. And that's what Tom did on this deal. Okay.
Question on this hand, please.
I'm sorry.
Maris needs to know, why not bid 6 spades instead?
In order to protect the lead coming, I guess you played spades. Well, you could do that too. I forgot that you were the one that started spades. Either way, any lead is going to come into your holding. So that was the end of the set of deals. So maybe maybe East West will have a chance to bid this hand. But I will close up the card. So I do have a cheat sheet on limit raise and also on yesterday's Lebenssoll. By the way, somebody sent a query, what about Lebenssoll Part 2? We did it all yesterday. So often in the past, when I've had a very big class of in-person students, I usually teach Part 1 and then Part 2 in 2 separate sessions. And we're dealing with the cards and playing the card, bidding and playing the cards. But we did everything yesterday, and the cheat sheet is very simple and straightforward. I hope you'll find it so.
Oh, 15. Okay. Damn.
Well, now this is a hand where, let's count Yvonne's points. 4 and 5 is 9, 11, 15 points. The one no trump goes up to 12. So Yvonne can make a 2/1 bid to say, partner, there's a game here somewhere. So she's got a choice of suits, except that there is no choice because she's forbidden to show her heart suit unless she has 5. So she's going to bid 2 diamonds, and that says, partner, it sounds like I don't have a spade fit with you, but I do have a game forcing hand, and I've got at least 4 diamonds. Please further describe your hand. Perfect. This bid is absolutely perfect. It says, partner, I do not have 6 spades. I do not have 4 hearts. I do not have 4 diamonds. But you can take to the bank that I have a stopper in both the unbid suits, in each of the unbid suits. So when we don't have well, she's got a fit in spades. So now's the time to show the spade fit. Over 2 no trump, we're going to ask for an undo, Yvonne.
Okay.
Okay, you were always going to get back to spades at some point. So you're going to bid 3 spades now. And that's going to send the message. Now, is your partner allowed to pass? No, because your 2 diamond bid said nobody can pass until we get to game. And by the way, my hand is unlimited. So 4 spades is too fast, Marissa. When your partner is unlimited and bids 3 spades, we have to go slow. So you're going to bid your cheapest ace. On the way to 4 spades, you're going to bid your cheapest ace. So 4 clubs.
Okay, so nah, probably not.
You're going to bid 4 diamonds. So, because the thing is, you want to find out if your partner's got the ace of hearts. So you're going to tell her that you've got the ace of diamonds. And then if she has the ace of hearts, she'll tell you. Okay, very good. So 4 diamonds. 4 hearts. So now you know that we've got the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and you've got the ace of spades. So we've got 4 aces. You need to know about the king and queen of trumps. It would be terrible to be in a slam missing both of those cards. So now you can ask her. For no trump, how many key cards do you have altogether?
Two and the queen. I got pass first.
So you can, all the kibitzers can see Marissa's hand. 5 spades, you're playing key cards. So this is 2 key cards plus the queen of trump. So she's already shown the ace of clubs and the ace of hearts. So no king of spades. So we do not belong in slam. When we're missing the king of trump, we want to stay out of that slam because it's on a finesse. So it's a 50-50 chance of making at best. So we're just going to play 5 spades.
There's a nice question from Patricia.
Yes.
How do you know what trump is in hand 11?
In this hand, because it went 1 spade, 2 diamonds, game force, 2 no trump, 3 spades. So this 3 spades says, partner, I always had a fit with your spades. Spades is going to be trump. I hope that answers the question. And any other suit after 3 spades is just showing control of the suit. It's not showing a playable suit at all. Our fit was in spades. Once we said our fit was in spades, when we bid 4 no trump, maybe this is what she was asking, then it's based, our key card ask is based on our agreed fit, which was spades. So 5 spades says 2 plus the queen of spades. Okay. So it's just about 11 o'clock and I'm going to lose my voice if I talk anymore. So I will hang around for a few minutes if anybody's got any questions, and we'll switch over to video.